help with something. Well, I haven't said what we're gonna do, but that's the spirit. You truly are an honorary member of the moles. That detector is Daddy's treasure, so I gotta get it back. You'll help me, won't you? All right, then. I'll be waiting for you at the shelter in the mine, big sister. See ya! Too slow, honorary member of the moles. You should have gotten here before Hook. Let me introduce you to Sweta. She is Daddy's most trusted miner.
Not at all. Mr. Fursman trusts every vagrant, and every one of us trusts Mr. Fursman. But after what happened over at that geomarrow vein, the atmosphere at the shelter became a bit tense.
I'm here to find Daddy's treasure, his vein detector. I heard that someone stole it. Is that true?
Well, I would guess that's probably true. After the conflict in the mine, Wildfire gathered everyone out of the shelter and took a head count to check on the wounded. 4 people were not there. When we returned to the shelter, Mr. Fursman's detector was gone. We searched all around the shelter but found nothing. I guess one of those 4 people was the thief. Yes. The shelter was usually crowded, so thieves would have had a hard time stealing things when everyone was around. We vagrants have our dignity, too. I'm sure we will catch the thief, but...
But... what?
Actually, we've already asked those 4 suspects about it. But they all claim to not have stolen anything. Of course, we could never expect thieves to confess and turn themselves in, right? In my opinion, one of those 4 was lying. We're all vagrants. None of us have the authority to arrest anyone just because we feel like it. Let's see whose words contradict with the facts. And that person would be the thief. All 4 suspects are at the shelter. If you're feeling confident, why not give it a try? Maybe you can determine who the thief is.
Adults are so dishonest. Hook's gonna question them one by one.
Well, well, well. What's this? Playing detective, are we?
Spill it! Did you steal my daddy's detector?
You little brat. How dare you label me a thief? Someone needs to give you a good lesson on manners. I'm an honest and decent man. I'd never do such a shady thing.
Anyone can say that. If you really didn't steal anything, then just answer our questions.
Oh, you have a temper, huh? All right, I'll spare a couple minutes for your little detective game. Well, I don't want to be a snitch, but out of my respect for Fursman, I'll tell you a secret. The helper over there, I saw him sneak into Fursman's tent and come out holding a box. See? Isn't he the most suspicious one? I don't care if you believe me or not. I've told you all I know. Now leave me alone if you don't have any more questions. I'm busy.
Did you steal Daddy's detector?
Nope. I'm no thief.
Really? Then you better answer our questions honestly.
Ask away. Let's not waste time. Nope. What detector?
Hey, would you mind talking more nicely?
What? I always talk like this.
I don't feel like she's the thief. Well, it's the hunch of Pitchstar Cook the Great.
Hook? What's the matter?
Did you steal Daddy's detector?
What? Oh, if I'd known I would become a suspect, I wouldn't have gone out at that time. How foolish of me. Of course not. I didn't do anything wrong.
We just need you to answer a few questions.
Okay. Ask away. It would be good to clear myself of suspicion. Detector? No, I haven't seen anything, and I don't know anything. Is that all the questions you have? Have I proven my innocence? Oh dear. All this waiting around is enough to make me even more anxious.
Did you steal Daddy's detector?
What? How could you say that? You're gonna make me angry. You know what a businessman values the most? Reputation. If your slander ruins my reputation and harms my business, you'll pay for that.
Well, then answer our questions. We'll decide if we believe you or not.
No comment.
Ugh, you would... I'll give you one more chance. Think carefully and give your answer to Diggertron this time.
I've seen all sorts of things in my life. Why would I be afraid of you two little rascals? Here, how about we make a deal? I'll tell you what I know in exchange for a small intel service fee. Fair and honest. Great. I like your style. Customers who don't fuss over the price are the best. So what do you want to know? Ask away. Look, the cook is definitely the thief. I'm sure about that. I value my reputation more than anything, so you can trust me. In my line of work, I've learned to read people. And something's definitely fishy with that cook. I can tell from the start. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone.
Hook's head is spinning. Do you remember everything they said?
Don't worry, I've written it all down for you. Remember, among these 4 people, only the real thief would lie. The cook said the helper did it. The tailor said it wasn't her. The merchant said it was the cook, and the helper said it wasn't him. So, do you know who the culprit is?
I don't know why, but I'll trust your judgment. Come on, let's go accuse the culprit. Hook figured it out. You're the one who stole Daddy's detector.
What? What? You have the wrong person! I didn't steal anything! I knew you'd suspect me. I shouldn't have returned to the shelter at that time. If only I hadn't returned to the shelter. I really didn't do it! I don't know anything! You just think I'm a pushover. That's why you're treating me like this. Tin? I beg you. I never even stole pocket money from my parents as a kid. I'm wrong.
Maybe he really isn't the thief. Hook doesn't think he's lying. Well, just think about it. Sweater said that only the real thief would lie to us. If the thief really is the helper, then what he and the merchant said would both be wrong. Adults are all so unreliable. Let's go look around where Daddy kept the detector. Maybe we can find some clues there. This is the label from a supply box. I know where those boxes are. That way. Let's go take a look. The label must have been on this box. Wait a minute. What's that smell? It's got a spicy smell. This smells like stone-grilled home. There won't be any eating until we find the culprit. The thief appears to have taken Daddy's treasure. And it seems that this damaged probe is one of the detector's components. Has Daddy's treasure been sold already? Oh, where could the thief have gone? Think, Hook, think. Oh, yeah! I saw Mr. Sampo on the way to the mine when I came here. Could he be involved in this? Follow Hook! Mr. Sampo should be that way! Mr. Sampo's always at the clinic hanging around Miss Natasha. Hook thought he was really sick or something. He's working with the thief. And he's also a bad guy!
My friend, are you serious? This device is quite rare. Are you really willing to sell it to me at such a low price?
No, why are you making this so complicated? Do you want it or not? Just tell me.
You two stop right there! Pitch Dark Hook the Great has arrived!
Oh boy, I knew it was too good to be true. I gotta make this clear. I have nothing to do with this fella. You have to trust me. Miss Hook, please, don't point that thing at me. It's scary.
Hey! How can you sell me out like that? We had a deal!
You stole Daddy's treasure! Diggertron will not spare you.
This is all that old Fursman's fault. Just because he has this device I'm holding, he can make a fortune. It's not fair.
Well, it seems you guys have some issues to sort out, so maybe I should leave.
What kind of a reason are you looking for? With the underworld in such a sad state, how are we supposed to survive if we don't resort to robbing and stealing? Anyway, I got the device now. Come take it, if you have the guts.
Diggertron, get ready. Turn up the volume. With me out here, how can we lose? I'm okay. Try that again. Right on time. Pulverizing sword strike.
That'll take more than medicine. Nap time.
This song's just for you. Keep up. My tempo!
That'll take more than medicine. Savor the vigor of life.
I'll melt it all down. Watch this! Clouds severing mountains! Ugh. You sure talk tough for someone who can't fight. Come on, hand the detector over to Hook. Huh? No, Daddy's treasure! It's broken!
Hey! Now this is Sampo's time to shine. Of course! I wouldn't want to miss out on seeing you and Miss Hook's acts of heroism, would I? Listen here. There's a fellow in Boulder Town they call Balloway the Miner's Lamp. He's an appraiser. Although he claims that he doesn't do appraisals anymore for ancient relics, he actually still does a bit behind the scenes for ones that are of especially high value. I think this device of yours is probably worth a lot, and might be a good idea to try your luck with Balloway. Here's a trick. First, pretend that you want to sell it for a low price, then wait for him to excitedly fix the device for you. After it's fixed, tell him you changed your mind and you want to keep it for yourself. This business tactic is what I call a bait and switch. Pretty clever, huh?
Balloway the Miner's Lamp. Got it! Thanks, Mr. Sampo. Let's go into town to find him.
Have a safe trip!
I'm hungry.
I'm already retired from appraising ancient relics, so unless this detector is some kind of precious treasure...
Oh, look at this! The detector's probe broke off. Can you fix it?
Ho ho, this certainly is a rare relic. Let me take a closer look.
Oh, yes, look extra close. You have to help Hook fix it.
This device... I've been in the business for a long time, but never have I seen an ancient relic like this one before. I think this is probably beyond repair. But still, it is a rare treasure. Even broken, I'd be willing to pay a high price for it. What do you say? The detector's probe is gone. It's like searching for something without eyes or ears. Now, it's nothing more than a pile of junk with no practical value. I'm willing to offer a generous price for this thing, so do you want to sell it or not?
All right then, let's go find Daddy.
Where have you been, Hook? I was just about to go looking for you. Come on, let's go home. I'll cook some salt-baked rock crabs for you. What's wrong with this kid? Vein detector? The one I lost?
Big Sister and Hook helped Daddy catch the thief that stole it. But Daddy's detector is broken. It's all my fault. If only I could have found it sooner.
So it was stolen. You're not hurt, are you, Hook?
I'm fine. Daddy, can you see if your detector still works?
The geomarrow probe is damaged. I'm afraid this thing won't work anymore.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I didn't help one bit.
What are you apologizing for? Thank you so much for looking out for me, Hook.
But Daddy's treasure.
Don't cry, Hook. Daddy's true treasure has been here all along. It was never lost or broken.
You can cry.
The detector helped me find lots of geomarrow veins, and it saved the mining team a lot of money. In that respect, it was a very good thing. But at the end of the day, the detector is just a tool. A true treasure must have irreplaceable importance to someone.
Hook doesn't really understand.
That's okay. I'm saying some things that might seem strange, but you will understand someday.
So, the treasure Daddy's talking about
is still happily running and jumping around.
Daddy! You're not allowed to see her cry! Go away!
Are you hurt? Let me take a look. You came at a good time. There is something you can help me with. According to my patient records, there are a few that haven't come for their follow-up visits. It happens from time to time, but never as regularly as this. I'm a bit concerned. Have you heard of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society? I agree. Generally speaking, mutual aid societies like these allow patients to share their experiences and support each other. It's a way of countering all the negative emotional effects of being ill. But there might be more to this society than that. I've got a few patients who have started refusing treatment since joining the society. It certainly makes you wonder. The most suspicious part is that no matter how much I ask, no one's ever willing to tell me anything about it. And that's where you might be able to help. It sounds dangerous, but what I want you to do is actually very simple. Investigate this so-called mutual aid society and find out what exactly they're up to. If I find out they're preventing me from doing my job, or if they're bringing harm to my patients, I won't just sit on the sidelines. Can I entrust you with this task? You're as considerate as always. This little clinic has huge numbers of patients to deal with every day. If I didn't have you here to help me out, I wouldn't be able to focus on giving them quality care. Good luck. I'll be sure to thank you properly when you're back.
You. I've seen you in the clinic. You run errands for Natasha, right? Don't play dumb. I might be sick, but my eyes still work. Let me guess. Natasha wants you to persuade me to go back for a follow-up visit, right? What's the use? I'm terminal. Life will be over before I know it. Of course not. I read it in a book. Every book I read has descriptions that match my symptoms exactly. I can diagnose myself with a dozen incurable diseases before I get halfway through. For people in my situation, a follow-up visit is just a waste of time and money. Not to mention medicine. Mutual aid, what now? What are you talking about? What else is there to say? Natasha was seeing me free of charge. She said I could keep a tab running for as long as I liked, then pay it back when I had the opportunity. I guess I'm too proud. You think I need you to tell me? Don't try and persuade me. I've already thought this through. Dr. Vash never charged me anything either. Natasha's great, but Vash was always my number one. You think I don't want to? I heard that he passed away. I should keep my voice down. Don't go telling anyone else about this next bit. I heard that Natasha had something to do with Dr. Vash's death. They say she was jealous that her brother had stolen her patience, so she... It's just something people were saying. I don't think Dr. Natasha could do something like that. Forget I said anything. Since Dr. Natasha sent you over specially, I'll do her a favor. I'll go to the clinic for my follow-up a little later. Bye for now.
Avoiding a follow-up visit due to money issues. I should find another patient to talk to.
What was that? Oh, you'll have to be louder. My ears aren't what they used to be. Everything's muffled. Ah! A follow-up visit. Is that what you're asking about? Natasha's a wonderful girl. She always gives me a thorough checkup. But at this age, it's rather a lot to bear. Even if they could cure me. I'm sure I wouldn't be around for long. I don't want to waste anyone's time. That girl's always trying to get me to take my medicine on time. I know her heart's in the right place. My husband had the same illness as me, but he never touched the medicine. He wanted to make sure I had enough. Then, one day, he said he needed to take care of some things at the mine. He never came back. He was forever saying he wanted to go before I did. Ah, selfish old fool. I miss him. Now that he's gone, who cares how long I stick around? Do you think so? Wouldn't he want me to hurry up and join him? Kids today. Don't give up easily. Okay, you win. It's off for another follow-up visit with Dr. Natasha, I suppose. Did you want to say something else? My ears are terrible. Virtual who? All right, I heard you. Do you have to shout? No, I've never heard of any mutual aid society.
28. Avoiding a follow-up visit due to her husband. I should find another patient to talk to.
Why haven't I gone for my follow-up visit? Are you a patient too, or did Dr. Natasha send you over? Who else would care about people like me? I don't need Dr. Natasha's help now. Tell her to save her worries and medicine for other people. A dispute? No. She's the only kind-hearted doctor in the underworld. I just don't really approve of her methods, that's all. Too idealistic and no real efficacy. She tries to save everyone, which means she can't save anyone. In the end, it's the patients who suffer, and she just tires herself out. Miners like me don't have time for lengthy treatment. If I can't take something and get right back to work, I may as well lie down and wait for death to come knocking. Did you, know Dr. Vash? His wonder medicine is cheap, and the results are immediate. You just need to be willing to take a little risk. Dr. Vash's medicine is different. Lots of people make a full recovery after taking it, but some get worse. And the unlucky ones check out early. Even knowing the risk, most people fight tooth and nail to get hold of the medicine. You know why. You're smarter than you look. When life forces you to the edge, you'll throw yourself at any opportunity, even if it means risking it all. People like us, a slow and torturous treatment is the same as a death sentence. If it's between that and a quick result, we'll take the latter. Forget it. Why am I telling you all this? Dr. Vash is dead anyway. What? Now you're interested in the wonder medicine? Listen up. The Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society is still selling that medicine. I can tell you where they trade, but there's a rule. You must not tell any of this to Dr. Natasha. You hear? If you break the rule, you'll face the consequences. Here, take this. It's the address. A final warning. Do not reveal this information to Natasha.
I know where to find the wonder medicine. What should I do next? That patient didn't want me to tell Natasha about this. Should I listen to him?
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness.
So the Mutual Aid Society found Vash's research results, and now they're selling this so-called wonder medicine to patients? Any organization doing something like this is interested in more than just mutual aid. I'm not surprised. They'll know that I'm completely against them using this wonder medicine. What Vash left behind is nothing more than reagents and experimental byproducts. The word medicine doesn't apply here. I warned the patients countless times, but seems like they had their heads in the sand all along. No wonder they kept the Mutual Aid Society a secret from me. Thank you. Those patients weren't exactly singing my praises. Thank you for having faith in me. If you're curious about Vash's wonder medicine, you should ask some of the patients in the clinic. See what they have to say about the effects.
Some people say that Dr. Vash was a saint who came from the overworld to help those in need. I don't buy it. People's doctor, that's just what people who've bought into the myth like to say. Vash used to distribute free medicine all the time, but he couldn't have cared less about the people taking the medicine. The hard truth is that we were just his test subjects. It didn't matter if the medicine worked or not. What mattered was having a constant stream of willing lab rats. Of course, I can't control what anyone else thinks. That's just how I see it.
The medicine Vash left behind? That stuff. Can you even call it medicine? I know Dr. Natasha's here, but I have to tell it like it is. Vash had zero medical ethics. He didn't deserve the title doctor. He may have had the capability, but he didn't use it to help anyone. Whenever I went to see him, he never even asked about my illness. He just prescribed me his so-called wonder medicine. If it were you, would you have taken that medicine?
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness.
I still haven't worked out how to convey it to you. The issues surrounding Vash. My relationship with him. The things he's done in the underworld. It's a long story. I'm guessing you've heard a lot of different opinions on Vash. What do you make of him? I want you to go and visit another patient, a victim of the wonder medicine. I want you to see the real consequences of abusing that medicine. Once you've understood her situation, come back and tell me what you think. After that, I want to ask for your help again.
Who are you? Who? And who am I? Where's my husband? And where's my child? Where are they? You know where they are, right? You don't know. They don't know. Nobody knows. Where? Where did they go?
Come over here, child. It's best to leave that poor lady in peace. Let me. That poor lady. Both her husband and child became ill and passed away. Yes, before her family passed away, she was a carefree young woman. Her husband and child caught a mysterious illness. The symptoms weren't grave, but their livelihood was certainly impacted. In order to try and rid themselves of the ailment once and for all, they bought some kind of wonder medicine. Who would have thought their condition would deteriorate so rapidly after they began using it? The two began to suffer terribly, such that death became a blessing. It wasn't long before they departed this world, one after the other. From that moment on, she became as you see her now. If Dr. Natasha hadn't taken her under her wing, well, it doesn't bear thinking about. And yet, what more could have been done? They were warned about the medicine. They were told about the risks. And they chose to roll the dice. Talking about it tires me out. At least my husband and I are able to help her where we can. I just hope that one day she can lead a normal life again.
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness.
Did you speak to her? By the look on your face, I'm assuming you've come to understand the wonder medicine. Yeah. Be it Vash or the Mutual Aid Society, Forces like that can take full advantage of the typical underworld state of mind. Let me tell you a story. There was once a brilliant overworld doctor with unmatched pharmaceutical skill. The doctor was set on developing a medicine that would steel the human body against the cold. But his research met with obstruction time and time again, the biggest factor being a lack of test subjects. Tampering with the human immune system carries huge risk, and nobody in the overworld was willing to submit themselves to such experiments. As such, the doctor got in touch with his sister in the underworld, claiming that he wanted to support the medical effort below ground. Naturally, his sister was overjoyed. After all, as far as medicine was concerned, her brother had always been the standard she'd strive to attain. She brought her brother underground and entrusted him with her clinic and laboratory. I think you know what comes next. Issuing free medicine to the needy was just Vash's way of conducting experiments on his test subjects. On some level, his reagents were able to alleviate the patient's suffering, but nothing more. They would forget their pain for a while and neglect their regular treatment plans. The result? Patients with mild illness would attribute their recovery to the so-called wonder medicine, while patients with serious illness would quickly deteriorate, and sometimes die. I cannot accept that their fate was simply the result of misfortune or risk. No true doctor would accept that. That's why I want you to help me recover all the wonder medicine. Are you willing to take on this assignment? Thank you. This will be hard for the people that have come to rely on the wonder medicine, but it's up to us to remove this false hope. You mustn't hesitate. Recover every last reagent that Vash left behind. I'll take responsibility for the consequences. Don't worry about that. Go. I'll be waiting for the good news.
Stop right there. No one's allowed up ahead.
Oh, playing the hero, are we? Is this a stick-up? Wait a minute, you're that clinic woman's lackey, aren't you? Did you think the Mutual Aid Society didn't have its own intel? She's after our medicine and sent you here to smash the place, right? Men, look lively and send this idiot packing already.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all! Turn up the volume!
With me out here, how can we lose?
I'm okay.
Try that again! Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move! Strike while the iron is hot. Pulverizing sword strike!
Time for a shot nap time.
Keep up with my tempo!
You can't run!
Savor the vigor of it.
forged. All are imbued into the sword.
Well, look who we have here. Your reputation precedes you, outsider. I didn't take you for a bandit and a thief. You listen here. I'm the president of the Complex Illness Mutual Aid Society. The medicine we hold here is lifeblood for many of our members. Are you sure you want to deprive them of that? Those poor patients. Along comes a life-saving wonder medicine only to be snatched away by a shameless bandit like you. The underworld is full of sickness. What would happen if we left it all to that clinic to treat? My mutual aid society has relieved that doctor of patients at the end of the road. Shouldn't she be thanking me? Seems like you are quite bent on dismantling our operations, aren't you? Fine. Seeing as you came all this way, it'd be rude not to give you the opportunity. Men, seize the medicine thief.
Turn up the volume.
I'll melt it all down.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music. Conquer us all.
Stay right there while I give you a present. Clouds severing mountains.
Naughty children, don't listen. All better now?
Thanks a lot.
Keep up. In my tempo.
I'm okay.
You can't run. Try that again. Gonna show me what you're made of? Pulverizing sword strike.
Time for a shot. Savor the vigor of it.
Let's rock.
Thanks a lot.
Blast it! What did we ever do to you? Why are you taking away our moneymaker?
Moneymaker? So you admit it then? You're not in this to save lives, you're in it to get rich.
What are you doing here? Oh, as if we didn't have enough trouble already.
Selling fake medicine with false kindness. You should have expected trouble to find you sooner or later. I have a responsibility to protect the well-being of my patients. Or to put it another way, I must eradicate any and all threats to them.
You can't save everyone. The underworld is teeming with sickness. How could you possibly pull it off?
You're right. I can't save everyone alone. But if I must, I would sacrifice food and sleep to treat them. The debt that Vash owes to the underworld rests with me. All I can do is help everyone to the best of my ability. To the very end.
So stubborn. In that sense, you're no different from your crazy brother.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Your actions today have saved many underworld families. I'll find a way to dispose of Vash's leftover reagents. Next time the Mutual Aid Society wants to whip up a quack cure, they'll be out of luck. Let's go back to town. I still owe those patients an explanation.
Heard that thing's been...
I'm hungry.
It looks like the patients have surrounded Natasha. Let's hear what they're saying.
What are you saying, Doctor? The wonder medicine is out of supply?
Correct. That medicine is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Wildfire has cut off the supply chain. Your ailments need rational, scientific treatment. Relying on pseudo-medicines will only worsen your condition.
Rational and scientific, huh? The way I see it, you're just jealous you lost your patients.
How dare you speak to Dr. Natasha like that? Where are your manners?
Ma'am, please think for a moment. How can you still be siding with her? That wonder medicine was working fine for us, and now it's gone because she wants it to be? How can she?
I understand your anger, but as your doctor, I ask you to trust my judgment. I will find a way to access more medical resources and help you through your struggles. If I must, I'll get help from the surface.
The surface. I almost forgot that you were an overworld big shot.
Have some respect for Dr. Natasha.
If it's respect she wants, she better find a replacement for the wonder medicine fast. If not, I'll tell everyone about how she set up Dr. Vash. I'm out of here.
I wish you all a journey that is free of illness.
Oh, you're here. I apologize. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. If I were in his shoes, I might... Let's leave it for now. I'll feel a lot better once I've gotten rid of this mess that... Now's as good a time as any to tell you Vash's whole story. If there's anything you want to know, don't hesitate to ask. That's a long story. He saw the human body's vulnerability to cold as a disease, and wanted to cure it so that humanity could survive the eternal freeze. I do admire his vision, and I knew his research in the overworld wasn't going well, but I was too young to know what long-term frustration could do to a person. During his stay in the underworld, he began to simulate mild fragmentum. Those reagents of his aren't cure-alls for... But behind my back, he had been doling out the reagents to residents who were kept... Indeed. And when his experiments were exposed, this was shortly before the underworld. In the end, Oleg suggested that we banish. Had his victims found out the truth. Look, Oleg and I took Vash's figure Let's call it a day.